Hello, and welcome back to another Eat Smart Nutrition lesson. Today we're going to continue our discussion on reading food labels. If you remember from the last time, we talked about trans fats and the importance of eliminating them from your daily diet. Today, our focus is now on refined grains and the importance of limiting refined grains in your daily diet. But most importantly, I'm going to teach you how to find whole grains so that you can start replacing these refined grains with 100% whole grains to help improve your health. So let's begin today by looking at two food labels, one of bread and one of crackers. And my question again is, which one of these products contains refined grains? If you simply look at the total carbohydrate area, it doesn't tell you enough. Like trans fats, you must always consult the ingredients list to determine whether or not a product contains refined grains. So what are they? Well, first off, all grains start off life as 100% whole grains. In their natural state growing in fields, whole grains are the entire seed of the plant. The seed, which food producers call a kernel, is made up of three very key parts. And there's the anatomy that we're going to spend a lot of time talking about today. The bran is the multi-layered outer skin of the kernel, where you find antioxidants, B vitamins, and fiber. The germ is the embryo, which will sprout into a new plant. It contains B vitamins, protein, minerals, and essential healthy fats. The endosperm is the germ's food supply. It's by far the largest portion of that kernel, and it's where you find the starchy carbohydrates, small amounts of proteins, vitamins, and minerals. So whole grains contain all three parts of the kernel, and that is key because refining, better known as enriched wheat, removes the bran and the germ, leaving only the endosperm. And this is bad because without the bran and germ, about 25% of the grain's protein is lost, along with at least 17 key nutrients. Processors do add back some vitamins and minerals to enrich refined grains, so refined products still contribute valuable nutrients, but whole grains are much healthier, providing more protein, more fiber, and many important vitamins and minerals. So how do refined grains affect your health? Well, choosing refined grains, what I call empty calories, such as white bread, sugary low-fiber cereal, white rice, white pasta, and baked goods, over their whole grain counterparts can actually boost your heart attack risk by up to 30% and significantly raise your risk for developing diabetes. So why do these companies use refined grains then? Well, they like to use it for the same reasons they use trans fats. They're easy to use, inexpensive to produce, and they last a long time. They also give foods a desirable taste and texture. The bran is removed to make the grain flour look whiter and cook with a lighter texture. The germ is removed because it's a concentrated source of essential fats. So they remove these fats because the products in essence can turn rancid and spoil faster when they sit on store shelves. So they remove the germ and they can significantly improve the shelf life of their product. So it's essential that you choose whole grains whenever possible because when food companies remove the germ and the bran, they are removing essential key nutrients that you need to improve your health. So when you go to the grocery store, which products are likely going to contain refined grains? Well, you're going to find it in breads, pastas, cold cereals, hot cereals, flour, snack bars, entrees such as frozen meals, lasagna, pizza, sandwich, and salads, tacos. You'll find it in side dishes, white rice, snacks such as crackers, chips, and pretzels, soups, wraps such as tortillas, flatbreads, and wraps themselves. Breakfast treats like waffles, pancakes, and French toast are likely to contain refined grains. So how do you know then? How do you find whole grains? Well, it's not easy because whole grains only make up about 10 to 15% of grain products on supermarket shelves, which makes actually finding them in a sea of refined grains very challenging. So it's vital that you become a savvy shopper and learn what you need to do to spot them. Also, don't be fooled by deceptive label claims like multigrain or 7-grain because often they're made with the same refined flour that raises your risk for high cholesterol, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and even belly fat. In order to find whole grains, you must read the ingredients list. So, if a product is truly a whole grain, the very first ingredient should be one of the following and means that you're getting all the nutrients of the whole grain. Keep in mind, the first ingredient should be one of the following terms: 100% whole grain, whole wheat, brown rice, or oats. So you're looking for these keywords in the first ingredient to determine whether or not the product may potentially be a whole grain. Also, another trick is to look at the dietary fiber intake, and you're looking for 3 or more grams per serving. So if the product contains less than 3 grams, you're most likely not going to be purchasing a 100% whole grain product. So let's take a look at a couple examples. Here's some white bread. One slice has 120 calories, and we're going to quickly peek down here at the dietary fiber, 1 gram. Again, we're looking for at least 3 or more. So when you take a look at the ingredients list, without even looking too deep, you're going to automatically assume that it's not a 100% whole grain, and there in the first ingredient, it is confirmed it's enriched wheat flour. So not a whole grain, not a good choice. Let's look at some wheat bread. All right, we're dealing with 1 slice for 110 calories now, and if we take a peek at the dietary fiber, we see there's 3 grams. Automatic clue that this could be a 100% whole grain, but we're going to confirm it inside the ingredients list, and there in the very first ingredient is whole wheat flour. And then just to be safe, let's scan real quick to see if there's any trans fats. There isn't, so this would be an example of a healthier bread product. Now there's a couple other things that you can look for that products may contain, because more and more products are using these whole grain stamps like you see here. The Whole Grain Council is a company that products can register through, and if they do so, this company will place a stamp on those products, and they can clue you in as to whether or not the product is 100% whole grain or not. So the basic stamp on the left appears on registered products containing at least half a serving of whole grain per labeled serving. The one on the right contains the 100% stamp, which means that it contains a full serving or more of whole grain in each labeled serving, and most importantly, it assures you that the grain is actually whole. So, obviously, it's most important that you try to choose the products with a 100% stamp whenever possible. However, please keep in mind that not all food products are registered through this Whole Grain Council. So just because a product does not contain this stamp does not mean that it's not a 100% whole grain product. So you always look at the ingredients list and the fiber content to see for yourself, regardless of whether or not the product has a stamp on it like this or not. So should you eliminate refined grains entirely from your diet? Well, refined grains are everywhere, just like trans fats. So eliminating refined grains to zero is impractical. However, whenever possible, you should try to avoid them and choose the 100% whole grains whenever possible. So look to limit refined grains and choose the 100% whole grain whenever you possibly can. Let's finish up with a couple examples. Let's look at some crackers. 13 crackers is 150 calories, and there is only 1 gram of dietary fiber. Take a peek at the ingredients list and you'll see that enriched flour is the #1 ingredient, so this is not a whole grain product, and in fact you have another little white label line in front of you because it says 0 grams of trans fats, but if you looked a little deeper you'll find that there's partially hydrogenated soybean oil in this ingredients list, aka there's trans fats, so not a healthy product. Let's take a look at this Kashi autumn wheat cereal. For 29 biscuits, there's 180 calories and 6 grams of dietary fiber. Automatic clue that this is probably going to be a whole grain, and indeed, the first ingredient is organic whole wheat. And then another thing, again, keep in mind, is the shorter the ingredients list, the better off it'll be. And I love this product, and this is a prime example of 100% whole grain, which, again, you can confirm because there's a 100% Whole Grain Council stamp located right there in the bottom corner. So I hope this lesson helped. It should dramatically improve your ability to find 100% whole grains in the grocery stores at the same time that you are eliminating trans fats from your daily diet. I hope this helped. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.